In a world dominated by streamlined genres, few times does a series truly differentiate itself enough not to conform to rules subconsciously set out by the masses. Slice of life is perhaps the genre with the most to say because it really conveys parts of our everyday lives. However, many are quick to dissociate from this genre because the thought of watching an animated version of themselves completing repetitive, mundane tasks sounds like the farthest thing from entertainment. Hyouka seeks to mold an immersive experience by adding a lens to look at the lives of the characters through. This lens or mystery subgenre exists as a conduit to explore the depths of the four main characters' developments. An anime appreciable in multiple perspectives, Kyoto Animation creates a visually stunning masterpiece that holds more weight than I could have possibly anticipated. Hyouka wastes no time illustrating how different life can appear based on perspective. Areki Hotaro lives life in the most pragmatic way possible. Going out of his way to do something or help someone would only waste energy, a concept he's not really willing to validate. He reluctantly joins the Classics Club at his sister's request due to the rumor that it might be shut down from low membership. Everything changes when he meets Eru Chitanda. The sequence of events when Hotaro meets Chitanda is one of the most beautifully choreographed anime scenes I've ever watched. The entire scene is shown through Areki's eyes, really emphasizing the perspective aspect I mentioned previously. The way it's animated embodies the feelings of seeing your true love for the first time. What transpires afterward is a truly remarkable journey of self-realization, love, and curiosity. Many have been quick to judge, myself included, Hyouka's main plot for being pointless or mundane, as I mentioned before. Sure, the execution is brilliant, but the surface subject matter isn't really all that exciting. I mean, who cares how the writer of a school club video script wanted the story to end, or why a student got called to the teacher's office after class? When I said the mystery genre exists as a lens to view the story from, I truly meant it. The mysteries themselves are not the main point of the series, but a catalyst to unearth the character's strengths and emotions. It's not all that exciting. That being said, Hyouka is a series best watched with an open mind, free of distraction, since the most you'll be getting out of it won't necessarily smack you in the face with sensationalized content. To expound upon the matter of perspective, Hyouka's messages can mean something entirely different depending on who's listening. That's not to say it's ambiguous, since there is no correct answer regarding its themes. It's entirely subjective, and a valid argument could be formalized in many respects. Hyouka can be about the power of observation, social hierarchies, growing up, or even self-identification, whichever suits the viewer. The narrative is honestly up to you. The mystery aspects actually detracted from my overall enjoyment after a while. I ended up caring more about the characters and the overall point of the story. Without giving too much away, the ending was both dissatisfying and perfect all at the same time. It was a juxtaposition of expectations versus reality, and it couldn't have been better written. Some anime develop characters to suit a progression of plot, and are reverted back after the arc has concluded. Great character development separates itself from the flippant by creating a gradual change in a character's overall emotions and personality. This is what we witness regarding the characters of Hyouka. Chitanda evolves her innate curiosity by exploring the reasons for why people do what they do, while using Areki as an aid. Areki's apparent feelings for Chitanda make helping her an obligation. She's someone he just can't ignore. With Chitanda's help, Areki goes from avoiding wanting to assist others to actively pursuing it on his own. Perhaps the most important example of his change throughout the series is with the tree from the beginning and end of the series. His perception and feelings toward this image changes from disdain to hopeful, without even realizing it. Satoshi reminds me quite a bit of myself at a similar point in life. He often puts on a facade by acting cheerful, but his inner feelings bubble over from time to time. with the viewer getting a first-hand look at the struggle of silencing your emotions. He's a self-proclaimed database who plays second fiddle to most, interjecting helpful tidbits as necessary and not to disturb the ebb and flow. He and Mayaka never get closure, but more of an acceptance with their roles in the grand scheme of things. They realize how it can be better to settle than to aim for the stars. This kind of bothered me at first due to their age in the anime, but from personal experience, sometimes the most seemingly insignificant individuals get the biggest breaks. It's the hope that keeps things alive. At 14, it might be a tad early, though, to rule yourself down for the count. I could go on and on about Kyoto's animation in Hyouka. It's nothing short of breathtaking. When studios have this high of a quality, it's possible to emphasize the mood or theme of a series based solely on its art, almost like creating its own aura. From the initial exchange between Chitanda and Areki to the almost experimental animation shown while exploring the characters' various hypotheses, Hyouka continuously produces stimulating imagery, entrancing the viewer. It may be one of the best looking anime in existence, especially considering the time period. The soundtrack is also a must download. The alternative takes unclassical music tracks close the gaps in the series' environments. There are a few shows I can say that I've skipped back to enjoy the melodic ambience Hyouka's music creates. Simply remarkable. The voice acting is above average, and the second OP does something relative to shows like Barakamon. It tells a story. Most of the time, anime openings and endings exist as nothing more than to showcase the various characters and a sensory overload. Hyouka was a nice change in pace. So we come to the ultimate question. Should you watch Hyouka? Well, although I didn't initially care for it, the outstanding characterization and art caused it to grow on me. If you're looking for a suspenseful mystery show because of its listed genre, you might want to look elsewhere. Sure, it has the added flair of Sherlock Holmes and Agatha Christie with whodunit mini-arcs, but that isn't the meat or the purpose of the show. Hyouka is a masterpiece for the right frame of mind, but it can be overlooked as a dull, pointless dud if you watch it at the wrong time. Again, it's all about perspective. Don't make the same mistake I almost did and write it off. I enjoyed Hyouka for what it was, but I can't say it was the most enjoyable show out there. It's not necessarily something you can binge through. I think I watched a few episodes a night and made the viewing experience one that I will remember for many years. Well guys, what did you think of the anime Hyouka? Have you seen it? What are your thoughts? Did you think it was great and just a masterpiece in the waiting, or was it an anime that you thought was just bland and dull? Let me know in the comments below. If you enjoyed the video and you want to see more like it, be sure to subscribe, hit that bell for notifications, and smash the like button so that honest anime reviews can jump to the top of your list. As always guys, I'll catch you next time.